Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV Transfer Daily, all the way from over here in New York City, where we're getting prepared and getting ready for the big game today, where Arsenal are taking on the New York Red Bulls. Sorry that we wasn't able to bring you Transfer Daily yesterday. We had some major internet connection problems. I've been managed to sort it out today, and it's good to be back. And listen, loving my time over in New York City at the moment. Let's get into the transfer news. I was at launch yesterday for the Puma kit and was chatting to an Arsenal fan yesterday who's sort of like very close to the club, and he told me that Callum Chambers was being shown around the Arsenal training ground and was getting a medical. And I must say, it just came out of the blue. I was like, Callum Chambers, wow. I mean, I know we've been interested in this guy. There's been rumours that we've been linked to him, but I honestly didn't think that we'd move for Callum Chambers because we've already bought Debuchy as a right back. Carl Jenkinson is there, but it looks as if Arsenal are going to tie this deal up. It's reported to be anywhere between 12 to 60 million pounds, and Callum Chambers, Southampton player, played about 25 games for them last season. Young player, looks like he's going to be joining Arsenal Football Club. And as I said, it's a bit of a surprise because right back position, we've always sort of thought to ourselves, right, it's going to be Debuchy and Jenkinson fighting it out. But it looks like maybe, I don't know, maybe it's Callum Chambers who's going to be fighting it out with Debuchy. There are also you know, there is also the fact to take into account, the fact that as well as playing right back, he can also play as a centre half because he's quite an imposing guy, and he can also play further forward as well. So possibly could he be a player that they're looking at for being able to deal with that defensive midfielder role, or is he possibly being viewed as sort of a right wing back sort of thing? It's really hard to tell, but as I said, it's really sort of out of the blue, this signing. And where does this leave Carl Jenkinson? I mean, saw him, I was chatting to him a couple of nights ago when the Arsenal players first got here. He sounded confident, he's looking forward to the new season, but where does this leave him? Does this mean that Carl Jenkinson will be going out on loan? I mean, he's been linked with West Ham, with Swansea, with West Brom, a whole host of clubs, and maybe Arsenal might be looking at it and thinking, right, let's send him out on loan. Let's get him a load of games, and then we can bring him back. But if we're bringing in Callum Chambers, then would he end up coming back? I mean, it's a real conundrum, this one. But, you know, Callum Chambers looks to be the signing that's going to happen, and he will be coming in at Arsenal. Very, very talented player, so we're going to have to look out for that. Another player that has been very, very heavily linked to Arsenal is Morgan Schneiderlin. Arsenal have also apparently inquired about Schneiderlin whilst they've been doing this Callum Chambers deal, and are very interested in bringing him into the club as well. You've got to feel for Southampton. I'll tell you, they ain't going to have any players left. They've lost Luke Shaw, Lallana, Lovren went yesterday. I mean, there's going to be nobody left at Southampton. You really got to feel sorry for them as a club, the way in which all of their players have just been poached away. But it happens. It's happened to Arsenal over the years, and it's how you recover from it. But yes, Arsenal looking at Morgan Schneiderlin, looking at him as a that holding midfielder role, and whilst they're doing business with Southampton over this deal, are talking to Southampton about trying to bring Schneiderlin in. Of course, my preferred option, and many fans' preferred option, some of the fans I was talking to yesterday, their preferred option is Sami Khedira. Now, the Sami Khedira deal is not dead. It's still being negotiated. They're still looking at it. It still seems to be a sticking point over his wages. And this is one of those deals, as I keep saying, that if it gets done, it's going to go down to the wire. It involves a lot of negotiations, and of course Arsenal got to keep their options open and look at other options as well. But it seems to be the sticking point is this, that Sami Khedira wants a certain amount of wages. There's loads of reports. He wants 150,000 a week, 200,000, 130,000. We don't know the exact figure, but obviously Khedira's holding out for the best wage deal he can possibly get, and why not? You know, I mean, it's your future. And obviously Arsenal don't want to break their wage structure. They've got certain players on a certain amount of wages, and they don't want to break that. And Sami Khedira's only got 1 year left on his deal at Real Madrid. So maybe it's one of two things. Maybe he's trying to renegotiate a new deal so that he can stay at Real Madrid, but be on a decent wage packet without his money being dropped, etc. That could be his preferred option. Or maybe, you know, he wants to come to Arsenal, but he just wants to be rewarded properly. Or maybe he's just saying to himself, well, you know what, if nobody sorts anything out, I'll just stay at Real Madrid, 1 year left, and then at the end of that, I can just walk away, you know, and to go and negotiate my own deal wherever I go. So this is one of these deals that have to be negotiated out. But I do not believe that Sami Khedira deal's dead. Of course, I also have to look at other options in the meantime. But I would still love to see, that's my personal preference, I would still love to see Sami Khedira coming in at Arsenal. And another deal that we know of, and I'm proud to say, after getting the Loic Remy one wrong, but I'm proud to say with this one, I think we've been almost spot on. I've got a whisper probably about 3 weeks ago now. I told it to you guys at the time that Arsenal are very, very, very interested in bringing in David Ospina. He's the #1 target in the goalkeeping position, and that is the player that Arsenal want to bring in. Well, Arsene Wenger all but confirmed that by saying that, you know, when Ospina comes in, and you don't hear Wenger talk like that unless something's definitely going to happen. He said when Ospina comes in, he's going to provide great competition for Szczesny. Szczesny's still #1 in that position. However, if he doesn't perform, Ospina will be #1. And I like that talk. There's got to be proper competition in that goalkeeping position. There's no given for Wojciech Szczesny. I like Szczesny, but no given in that position. You've got to perform out of your skin every week, or else this guy who played in the World Cup, was a star in the World Cup, has been brilliant for his club as well over there in France. This guy will step into your shoes, so you better be on your toes. And that is what we need at Arsenal. But David Ospina, I think, you know, once Arsenal get back off of this tour of New York, he'll be confirmed as another Arsenal signing, and it's going to be great to have David Ospina at the club. And I think it's going to be provide great competition. There has also been these rumours going around, and again, I can't figure this one out, that we're trying to sign Iker Casillas as well. But listen, I've always thought Ospina, #1 target for Arsenal. So where does Casillas fit into that whole mould? And he's going to cost a lot of money as well. So why would we want to bring him in? That doesn't make no sense to me. And finally, we've been hearing it. This is about a player that's going out now. Thomas Vermaelen is wanted by Manchester United, and it almost seems certain that he's going to be on his way out of Arsenal this summer. But we are hearing now that Barcelona want Thomas Vermaelen. Now, I hope that if we do sell Vermaelen, that we would sell him to Barcelona than to send him to one of our direct rivals in Manchester United and strengthen them up. So if that is true, ship him out straight away to Barcelona. And you know, if it comes down to it, surely he'd want to go to Barcelona instead of going to Manchester United. Therefore, playing for another excellent club, and also keeping his legacy at Arsenal means that he can return to Arsenal at any time in the future, you know, and fans will still love him. Where if you go to Manchester United, I'm not too sure about that. So Thomas Vermaelen wanted by Barcelona, and I hope if he does go, it's Barcelona he goes to. If not, what about trying to persuade him to stay? What about saying to Vermaelen, look what we're building here? I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's get into some of your comments to see what you guys have got to say. Taib says, we're going to get Callum Chambers, so that means Schneiderlin is next to come to Arsenal. And we're not able to pull off a big signing for a defensive midfielder. And he said, Ahmed Fatih also will be our next signing at centre-back, #4. I don't know about Fatih. I heard that Arsenal have changed their mind on him. They're not interested in him. But yes, Callum Chambers and Schneiderlin. Chambers definitely coming in. Schneiderlin may well be that other player that comes in. Caleb says, so good that we're looking at 3 great defensive midfielders, Khedira, Morgan Schneiderlin, and William Carvalho. Josh Brown says, we don't need Chambers. We need a striker like Dzeko or Lukaku. Both have Premier League experience. Joe Hennes says, I heard a lot of rumours about Balotelli coming this week. These rumours going around that we're going to swap Joel Campbell, and there's a part of the swap deal plus money bringing Balotelli the other way. I'm not sure about that. As I said, I just don't think Arsene Wenger is going to bring in Balotelli. I could be wrong, but I don't know. We'll have to watch that one. Sam Pepe says, we don't need a striker. He said, we don't really need a striker. If Campbell doesn't do well next season, sign a striker in January or in late summer. And we know that signing players in January, Arsenal are not very good at. So I'd rather us get whoever we're going to get right now. Khedira is a must signing, says Shane Connor. He said, but I would settle for Schneiderlin. I don't know about Schneiderlin. Give me Khedira any day of the week. World Cup winner, Champions League winner, La Liga winner, just winner all round, full of bags of experience. I know people say he's box to box, similar to Ramsey, but he's a guy that can be a disciplined player. You can say to him, sit there. I think he will be absolutely perfect for Arsenal. Jack Hefferman says, for once, this is not an Arsene Wenger type of signing. £16 million for a player who can't even start for a far inferior club compared to Arsenal. And that's Jack Hefferman talking about Callum Chambers. It seems that he's not too happy about that. OOSTIZOO or 00 says, I'd rather Carvalho over Khedira. Would be a good shout, but I'd still be going for Khedira. Edward Power says, Robbie, tuning in from Huzhou in China. He said it would be great to get a shout out. Sorry to nag. He said, keep up the great work and enjoy New York City. Edward over there in China, thanks for tuning in here to Arsenal Fan TV. Namts ORB says, where are people seeing Khedira lower these wage demands? Well, that's all over the media today, all over social media, all over a lot of different media outlets, that Khedira is willing to lower his price in wages. We don't know. Listen, we're not privy to the deals that are going on in the background. We don't know how much wages he wants, etc. But that is the rumour. Archie Ray Kingham says, Khedira would be perfect. Listen, there's still loads of people want to bring in Khedira. Loads of people love him. Eon Arsenal says, Nastasic is perfect for us if Vermaelen leaves. I again agree with you, Eon. Listen, if Manchester City are willing to sell Nastasic, I think he would be an excellent player, because I don't think they've got the best out of him, and I think he'd be an excellent player to bring in for Vermaelen. Leif says, we need Jackson Martinez. He scored 19 goals and he can be a class striker. Again, that's another good shout. Another player that I'd love to see come in at Arsenal. I think he'd do a great job. Let me just do a couple more here, if I can see. It's Kalim here. He says, out of Khedira, Carvalho, Schneiderlin and Bender, who would you want at Arsenal, Robbie? I've said it a million times. My preferred option is Khedira. And IS7 says, Robbie, how are you liking New York? Listen, I'm loving the place. Listen, let me just tell you about New York just before I go here. We're over here for the game. I just got a text message just before we started the show from Bully. He's just arrived. He's over here for the game. I saw Keith the Goonie yesterday. There's loads of people here from London. However, they've all been commenting to me, all the English fans, about the American fans over here. These guys, these American fans, they're unreal. Their knowledge, I mean, I've been just talking to guys about football since I got here. And we've been having major discussions about transfers, about Arsenal, about Arsenal's history. These guys are no fair weather fans. They know they're Arsenal. And I don't understand why it's taken us so long to come here, because the buzz around the city last night, I was up, they did this thing, they were painting the town red. They featured it over 3 different bars on 14th Street in Manhattan. And the place was buzzing, red and white shirts all over the place. Arsenal fans up and down. And fans from all over, fans from Texas, fans from, big up the Jacksonville Gooners who gave me a scarf last night. You got fans from Canada, you got fans from, listen, name any state in America and there'll be a fan from there. Boston, I mean, Washington, LA, Vegas, they're all here. They've all descended on New York for this game. It's been really, really impressive, the showing of Arsenal fans. And it's going to be an unbelievable game later on. And I tell you what, you can see it in the players' faces. They've been blown away by the reception they've got over here in New York City. And I've loved it over here. And I've got to say big respect to all the fans over here, the love that they've shown for Arsenal Fan TV as well. And it's been incredible. And this is what it's all about for Arsenal. They're spreading the word of Arsenal all around the globe. It's a global game right now. And these guys, as I said, I've loved the passion of these fans. Some of the fans telling me how early they have to get up. And now I understand when I've got to get up early and do this. How early they get up to watch games, etc. And it's been absolutely incredible. So well done to all the American Gooners. Well done to Arsenal America. Arsenal New York City, all the guys who helped to arrange this thing. It's been absolutely brilliant. And thanks to you guys. And look out, we've got a load of footage coming. Bear with us. The internet has been, oh my God, it's been where I've been anyway. It's been terrible. We're trying to sort that out. But we'll be back tomorrow with another Transfer Daily. And also, I'll give you an update on what I thought of the match, which we're going to be going to later on. Really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching Transfer Daily. And we'll be back tomorrow. Well, maybe not the same time, but sometime around. It's going to be good.